Yeah. Jesus
Perfect.
fucking Christ, Vicky. Do you ever shut up? Oh my God.
I do. I don't not with you. Fuck that. Yeah,
Fucking Christ.
I
I'm
know.
sorry, guys. You have to uh put up, I guess, with that a kind of start like that, but you guys just would not believe how much Vicky wouldn't shut up. It was
Hey,
just
of course I don't shut up. Why would I do that?
uh, uh you maybe
Cut you a
because you want to
break?
be a decent human being.
Why would I cut you a break, Dean?
Yeah, that's true. I feel like
Yeah.
this should be a Kit Kat commercial.
Uh,
Give me a break, woman. Fucking Christ.
Never. I'm never giving you a break. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our new digs.
Yeah, new
Yeah.
new stuff. Heard some people are pretty upset today. $2 super chat. Thank you, Nasser. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. It'd be great if it went in my pocket.
Yeah.
But thank you, Nasser, for the thought.
No,
It's
he
highly
now owes
appreciated.
us $2. That fucking
I hope
piece
you
of
had
shit.
a great vacation.
Yeah. So how's everybody doing? Hope you like the new channel. It's literally nothing different. It's just a new channel. So
Just a
hi.
new channel, some new graphics, and here we are.
Yeah. So we got not a lot to go over, but I mean, I feel like a lot of information to go over on only a few subjects.
True.
True.
Very true.
True indeed.
But yeah, it's been a weird couple of weeks that we've had off. So it's really kind of nice to get back.
Yeah, it is. Not streaming kind of sucked.
Yeah, but there really wasn't much we could go and talk about.
Hmm.
So what was the point?
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
true.
Streaming just to stream isn't really our style. So
Yeah.
and RJ, we don't know why you're here, but thank you for showing up.
No, fuck you, RJ. You piece of shit.
Hey.
No, I'm just joking. I don't know RJ. I'm just joking. I'm always jokingly a dick to the chat.
Yeah, he can't help it.
I can't.
'Cause he's
Mostly
just a
because you guys suck.
and
Mostly. That's mostly.
and mostly just because he's a dick. So
You see how she talks to me?
of course I talk to you like that. You should hear how he talks to me.
They do. They hear it all the time. They hear it all the time.
All the time.
So I mean, I guess now that we've stalled, we should get into
Go
it, yeah?
ahead and get going.
Yeah, so the first thing we're going to be talking about is numbers. I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry,
This is Vicky's idea of fun, going over numbers.
But I did try to make it a little bit more interesting than I
She can't
usually
even
do.
long division. I don't know why she wants to talk about numbers.
I know, but I'm hell with a spreadsheet. With a little help, because my brain's been mush. But I did try to make it a little more exciting rather than just a PowerPoint presentation. So hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Nice. This is the best comment all night. All right. Oh, so now they got to read too?
Yes.
Fucking Christ.
I'm just calling to say I
See, it
Holy
wasn't that.
shit. That was tight.
I tried to make it unpainful for everybody.
I feel fucking pumped.
You should. You should. You should also.
All right. Autism wave.
And honestly, God, I swear, I probably spent more time putting that video together, that 1 minute 10 seconds, than Dean did on his 8-minute video that he published this morning. That thing
No,
is
I
just,
spent
that kicked my ass.
I
Let me
spent
tell
all night
you.
on that video.
I spent 3 days on this one, like just trying to make sense of numbers. Yeah.
I have no
So
idea what the numbers were.
some
But
of
I
them were
know that I feel great right now.
some of them were really big, and some of them were unfortunately a little bit too small. Last month's take for Comicsgate was sad. Without insane numbers for the rest of the year, Comicsgate isn't even going to make as much money as it did last year in total. And part of that problem is the $7.5 million tied up in late campaigns and campaigns that are still in demand.
Yeah.
Why would people be investing and backing books from creators when they're still waiting for $7 million worth of product? Now, granted, a chunk of that is Ethan, but you know, because he's had those big campaigns. So, but even if you subtract the $2.5 million that he has outstanding, that's still a big chunk of change.
Yeah, but he's coming through with that.
Yeah. Well, Wrecked Planet is going to be late. That was supposed to be out already and won't be out until he says September, something like that. Which is pretty far away. I think he got a little tied up in toys.
3 months.
Yeah. It's not too bad compared to some of them.
I think what you really got to worry about is the ones that
you're never gonna see.
Come.
Yeah, it feels. I know, and we're very excited about it.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for that.
Yeah. That damn rabbit is so freaking cute. But Patriotter is the best. But one of the things that I saw, and I don't know why I didn't notice this before, because I've looked at these numbers before, is Eric Weathers' Battle Brick Road. It didn't have a fulfillment date. The campaign ended a year ago and has no fulfillment date. So I emailed someone, Stu, because Stu backs everything under the sun. And Stu had backed it and told me that there was no fulfillment date. I thought they were required on an IGG campaign, but I guess not. Or maybe he had one and then removed it. But there isn't one. And, it's been a year since that campaign closed. And he works on everybody's books, right? He is the letterer that everybody goes to. And it's like, dude, can you fulfill your campaign before you take on more work? Right?
No,
kind of
clearly
like,
not.
Apparently not. Like Rob Willis, dumping Shinobi Sasquatch to go work for John Malin and then get fired because he couldn't freaking turn that shit in on time either. I mean, there's like 17 completed pages of Shinobi Sasquatch. If any of you back that, we won't see that book until 2028, maybe, at the rate we're going. So a lot of these people really need to get their shit together.
I mean, I think more importantly, I guess if I actually cared, the thing would be just I don't know, back people you trust to fulfill. Like I don't really see a problem with late books, as long as, I mean, because I'm not backing it, regardless. But as long as like people that back it are cool with it. But yeah, I mean, you just, if you're fine with it, then yeah, shit. Back ones that might be late. But maybe be smarter about the ones that probably are
Yeah.
never gonna come.
Yeah. I do have, like, for example, I backed a book, and I'm not going to put the creator on blast. And his book was due in like October, maybe September or October of last year, right? And it's late, but it is now at the printer. And the reason I know it is at the printer, because every 2 weeks he sent an update. And not one of those updates you get where they just send you a picture. Hey, here's the latest page, and tell you nothing about what's going on. Oh, is that what it was when it went into demand? It took the date away, I guess. But every 2 weeks he sent an update. So I always knew where he was in the process of the campaign, right? And it was his first campaign. I had a feeling it was going to be late, that he was biting off a little bit more than he could chew. But he let me know every 2 weeks. And everything that could go wrong went wrong. Like the proofs were fucked up. He had trouble with his printer, like all those things that could happen happened to this guy.
What is? Are we talking Donald now or something? Like Jesus.
No, we're not talking Donald. But I know they're at the printer now,
I don't
and
know. I remember when Donald said that like
or
three
did it,
times.
or did he send an update and he actually had books? So they should be going out, right? But if you're late, send an update with an actual update instead of just a picture. Because I want to know how many pages you have left, what has to be inked, what has to be colored, what still has to be lettered, how far away you think you actually are from completion, when you think you're going to get it to the printer, when you get it to the printer, when you've gotten your proofs. Just tell us. But a year is still a really long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
A year is a long time. But
And
like I
6
said,
months
I
with
mean,
no
like,
update is forever.
I think like people, are fine with late books. Whatever. I don't care. But
I know you
I
don't. You
think
don't back
people probably
anything.
are more careful about who they back now, if they
You
back
don't,
at all.
all you back is Tim and Mark, and that's a sure thing,
Oh, well, I
right?
mean, no, that's untrue. I also backed Shotgun
Shotgun
Samurai.
Samurai,
Where's my fucking book, Quaff?
the one that doesn't that has a fulfillment date of next year.
Where's my fucking book, Quaff? No, I'm joking. I am looking forward to that. I like the art.
Yeah, it does look really cool.
Yeah.
So speaking of campaigns, since that's what we're doing, there was a bit of a dust up. Apparently, Ethan promoted a campaign on his channel, which he doesn't do very often anymore. He tends to be very stingy about these kind of things now. I guess
I wouldn't
the
say
whole
stingy. I would say probably just tends to usually be a little smarter.
he tends to be a bit
This
more
time though was
cautious. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
cautious.
definitely more cautious. Because
But this time
I mean, that's how you end up with Adam Post sitting on your show for a year, and the dude was just reprinting web comics he bought from somebody, you know. But this time he really kind of stepped in it with Dame Gang. Now, I don't have a problem with it per se. And the art's kind of cute. And the guy seems nice enough. Ethan got him funded, which is great, sent everybody over, and they funded the campaign. Um, it's a bit of a fetish comic.
I just think this is hilarious.
It is freaking hilarious. Now, I don't know if he just chose it from the Indigo list, Indigo whatever, right? The one that collates all the Indiegogo campaigns, and just like glanced at it briefly. but it's definitely something. Gigantic women superheroes. Um, a- and good Lord, they are gignormous. Um, it's something. It's beautiful. The best part is Ethan has been actually quite a good sport about all the shit that he's gotten over it.
Uh,
That's been a lot of shit. Yeah, because I mean, let's see. Um, in the world of this comic book dame gang, some women grow to be around 9 feet in height, super tall and extra thick. This happens in the same way and at about the same frequency as the way some people become dwarfs. Yeah,
what?
I I don't know. I guess that's a whole different fetish. What's interesting about this guy is if you go to his channel, um, his videos are, oops, fuck, I did it again. His videos are quite interesting. They're very well produced and include some vor if anybody's into that. So,
Well, that's a thing.
it is a thing. I guess for some people, it's not my thing, but if it's yours, head on over to Billy Nunez's YouTube channel
Make
and
sure to make your backing public so I can make fun of you. You degenerate filth.
but now it is not. Dame Gang is not the only fetish comic currently up on whoops. No, that was a bad deal. Currently up on Indiegogo. God, it's been way too long since we've done this, and I'm hitting all the wrong buttons.
Yeah, you are.
I am. That was my forehead, which is really large, everybody. Um, there is also this comic called Lure.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a self-insert adult-only horror thriller graphic novel about polyamory and yeah. So let's go ahead and we'll Chastity and Zach live a life that some people would only dream of: expensive vacations, lavish homes, cars, blah blah blah. And Zach begrudgingly supports Chastity's promiscuity and lifestyle choices, including her recent obsession with earning an invitation to Lure, an exclusive invite-only event for those involved in the partner swapping lifestyle. Now, I could have sworn at some point it said something about if you wake up in a cage, but I just can't. So this is Chastity. That's the main character in the story. And this is, let's scroll on down through some pretty lousy art. Yeah, to the stretch goals, because that's really what's interesting. The stretch goals and add-ons. There is a fetishes from A to Z ashcan, which everybody should own. And there is a wraparound cover. Yeah, there's the naughty cover, more naughty cover. And how did I miss Lola's wraparound cover? God damn it. Where did it go? Maybe she took it down because there was a wraparound cover that is a photo of her. She did take down the picture. God damn it. I should have checked first. That is a wraparound cover of her, and she looks just like the character in the book, or the character in the book looks just like her. Now, there was some talk about another additional ashcan, which would be a collection of all of the dick pics she has received in DMs. bound up together in between two covers.
Huh.
So, yes. So you two can enjoy many fetishes just by sticking with Indiegogo.
Well,
Always
this
fun.
has been a learning experience. I think I'm gonna throw up. You all make me sick.
Yeah, that was just my forehead. You'd be fine when you get over that one.
I'd
Mm.
actually block that out
I'm
immediately.
not
So
gonna
thanks
let
for
you.
bringing that up again.
You're
Fuck me.
welcome. Yeah. And then let's see, what else were we going
Well, we
to
got we have the
yes. The I don't know what you want to call it.
well,
The
okay. So I mean, I guess we got to address some stuff. So even though we you know, have an issue with Testify, we're still going to be fair about the fact that certain people seem to really want his shit, and they're willing to do pretty shady shit to get it. So I guess let's just watch, yeah?
well, no, let's go ahead and we'll do this first. Hold on.
Oh, we're not doing that.
Yeah, it's just a brief clip, but you're trying to mess up the order of things again, Dean. Remember? So what happened was about a week or so ago now. God, I hate even having to say this. And talk about it, because I guess some people might think it falls into that space where we shouldn't go, but fuck it. About a week or so ago, Preston Poulter showed up. He was one of the very first comments before the live stream even started on a war campaign stream, and he was asking for Testify's docs. So that's it in situ. Here is the chat. Oops, it went twice. It's not supposed to go twice. So there's the chat. He literally just puts it out there publicly, which is exceedingly bad form.
Yeah,
And
well, I mean, not only that, like, we all know why War Campaign has it, and
War Campaign would have it because Testify backed Vestige.
yeah, and probably not the smartest thing to, as a creator, to ask for the docs of,
Of someone else's customer. Now you
yeah,
can play the video.
even if they did dox them, I don't know, it just seems like a bad all around.
Yep.
Of course, I'd like to come. Thank you, Edwin Boyette, for having me on. Good Sunday to you all. Preston, I'm coming
What's up?
straight to the source. I heard
Awesome.
you had some paperwork for me.
I sure do. Give me your mailing address.
Go ahead and get it.
That's what I've been working on.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So he actually admits to it, which I was boggled by. It's anyway. So it goes further too. It's not just him.
Yeah, it seems so. I guess.
Go ahead.
What?
No, go
What?
ahead.
No,
Your turn.
fuck you, Vicky.
Yeah.
Fuck
Talk,
you.
Dean. Fucking go.
So it seems as though that faction, that group of people in the Preston circle, seem to, I don't know, I guess not really understand that maybe you just shouldn't say these things, you shouldn't do these things. I don't know. It's a
Go ahead and share my screen.
no.
So in the Discord, in Poulter's Discord, Skinny, who I don't know if you guys remember, had talked about sending my docs to War Campaign in some DMs, said that he thinks Testify has earned it. And I know he's reading this. I just wanted to know, we will find out who you are. You may find yourself being sued as well. Who knows? And then he goes on to say, well, I'm willing to pitch in for a cash reward of Testify's docs. Sunlight is always the best disinfectant. Hikaru, smirk, is that illegal? Asking for a friend. Skinny, if it were, private investigators wouldn't be a thing. But no, doxing is not illegal. Well, no,
It's not.
it's not, right? We all
It's
know
just bad form,
it's not.
especially
Now,
if you're a creator.
the worst is these are creators. These are people who are entrusted with with personal financial information. And they're just willy-nilly talking about sharing somebody's information publicly, paying for somebody's information publicly. And then it gets even worse. I don't have any. I spoke with Larry Higgins, Rebel Comics, because I'd heard a rumor, and I wanted to make sure before I talked about it that it actually happened, because rumors are a dime a dozen in Comicsgate. But it turns out Larry Holder, who is also part of Preston Circle, as a matter of fact, he was the winner of Preston's comic contest. So Preston is helping to fund his comic book, contacted Larry Higgins, and I'm going to call him Niobe Larry because that's how I think of him in my head, and asked him for Testify's docs. Now, part of the reason I believe that they thought Larry had it is because Testify had been screaming all over the place that Niobe Larry doxed him, which is complete and total
that he
bullshit.
shared backer information and like he got it from his backer info,
right? Whatever, which is crazy because he never
Testify ever backed
Niobe. He never backed him. Larry Higgins does not have Testify's information. It all comes down to Testify being a complete and total tard over the fact that Larry shared a picture of Testify that was on Twitter in DMs saying, "This is you." Basically, puffing up, both of them puffing up their chests. Larry Higgins like, "I could kick your flabby ass." And so Niobe Larry doesn't have it, didn't offer, obviously wouldn't give it to him, even if he did. But hey Matt, but they were more than willing to ask him. And Larry Holder did this because he and Larry are friends in real life, or they've known each other in real life. I don't think they're friends anymore, but they've known each other for a really long time. And it's quite despicable,
I agree,
in my opinion, to, no matter how big an asshole somebody is, there are other ways of obtaining information, especially when somebody has already been doxxed. Right. Their information is already out there. His name's out there. Where he lives is out there. There are more private ways of going about it than requesting that information from other creators and trying to put them in a spot where they have to tell you no. I
agree.
Yeah. It's just shit behavior.
Yeah. I mean, a part of me wonders, is this happening behind the scenes with, more than just that faction of people? Or is this just an odd occurrence that's only coming from them? I actually don't know. It looks to be only an odd occurrence that's continuously coming out from that section of people. But I guess, only time can tell.
Yeah, I mean, I know that when I spoke with JDA, we were talking on stream, and he said he had this copy of Xenotype that he wanted to get rid of, and I'm like, hey, I'll take it. And then I just, I'm like, thinking, okay, he knows he's got my address, he's got my information, he can send it to me. I've backed, his books, he's got my backer info. And then he said, no, man, you have to send me your address. This was like a week later. He's like, you got to send me your address because I don't, I'm not digging through all of that. I don't have that handy. I'm not going to be doing that just to send you another book. I'm like, oh, okay. I probably should send him my address so I can get that copy of Xenotype.
mhm.
But I have honestly never worried about my backer information being shared. But this is enough to make me think just a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Like maybe I should get a PO box. I don't want to get a PO box just so I can back freaking comic books. That's stupid.
Yeah. Well, I think I want to move on to a certain thing. I don't know how you feel about it, but we're doing it.
Okay.
All
I
right.
have no idea what that thing is, so just surprise me.
Yeah.
I like surprises. Everybody
Shut
already
up.
saw my forehead.
Jesus. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right. Give me just 1 second. But in the meantime, while I pull it up, Vicky, have you ever tried doesn't matter, I already pulled it up.
You're taking a really long time, Dean.
Yeah, I am. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see, where is it? Blam. So, why don't you tell us what we have here?
Sure. About a year ago, Liam, God, what does it always go back to? Can't have a fucking stream without talking about Liam, man. Even if it's just tangentially. Liam did a stream with a 14-year-old, commenting on the kid's book, basically critiquing this little junior high, freshman and high schoolers comic. And Testify flipped the fuck out. I thought it was unseemly. We talked about it on stream, that having a kid on a stream without their parents' permission was really bad form, and not something that any of us should be doing.
Yeah.
But in my DMs, which those DMs between Testify and I, that Testify initiated despite his claims to the contrary. Very early in those DMs, shared with me the kid's Twitter profile and his Facebook. Now, I never used them. He's like, here, so you guys can use it, but I was frankly kind of a little ooked out about it. I mean, I was still sort of at this like, God, I can't believe Liam had a 14-year-old on his stream, because that's just bad too. But I guess testified while slamming Liam for having the kid on his stream, saw absolutely nothing wrong. Nothing with looking up the kid's social media so that he could share it.
Yeah.
And, I think that's a little worse than having the 14-year-old, on your stream, because there's always a chance the parents are going to find out about it anyway. But the kids' parents, and nobody's going to know that Testify had somebody or went through the kid's Facebook and his Twitter and then was sending it around unredacted. I redacted it. I redacted the screenshot from the DMs. Now, I don't normally share. Actually, I never have. I have never shared my personal DMs with anybody. I've had... Remember you asked me during one of your videos if it was cool to share some of my DMs, and I said no. Even though you knew it was in them. But after the week I have had after Testify on stream saying he was going to share them and acting like there was something in there that I needed to be ashamed of, I'm not putting up with it. I told him during that stream to go ahead and share them. But then he realized that he had nothing on me in them. But it didn't dawn on him that maybe sharing the social media of a 14-year-old in someone's DMs wasn't a good idea. And we wouldn't be doing this now if Testify wasn't being such a shit-tard in the chat, including using my last name.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Hay. Yeah, I'm not really sorry either. That was a bit of hyperbole.
I think that this might actually be a good point to end the show on. I
think so
too.
Short
stream.
We didn't quite get to everything that we had planned. But we can.
More?
Yeah, there was the Zach stuff, but we can talk about that next week.
Zach sold out his fucking morals. That's about it.
Yeah, Zach has decided to stop fighting the culture war. I was even going to read part of the transcript from the video because it's just mind-bogglingly confusing. But yes, he is noping out of the culture war. And remember to stay off social media and Twitter, even though that's all he does videos about.
Oh, Velned came for the Zach stuff. Let's do the Zach stuff. I like Velned.
All right. Okay. So, okay, we can't disappoint Velned. Share screen, Chrome tab. We're not going to show any clips from videos or anything like that because there's just so many of them, but we'll go ahead and we'll share his, this.
So yeah, he did a video and like he describes that there's 3 types of customers. The ones that will back your stuff, ones that I guess will
never buy your stuff,
and then ones that'll back your stuff just to hold it over you. Which I don't know, from my understanding, is
kind of
pretty much a 180.
But it's kind of like what Comicsgate did too, isn't it? You know, they were buying stuff. First, they were buying stuff and wanting change and demanding change, and then they just stopped buying stuff while they still bitched. So it seems to me that that's sort of, you know, at the heart of it's a weird thing. A customer is a customer is a customer. If they buy your stuff, no matter what their motives are, they're still buying your stuff, and you still treat them all the same. So you either, you know, some people treat everybody like shit, and some people don't.
Yeah, that's
and yeah, you treat everybody like shit, and
we're
hopefully
all pieces of shit in my world.
Hopefully, right, that you don't think about that. Like they can't hold anything over you, right? Because they have no power over you. You're the one with the product that they're buying. Yeah.
You know, just like all these people that haven't fulfilled their campaign. I mean, you have something over on them. That's all I'm saying. No, I'm joking. totally get
So in his meandering, I'm giving up on the culture war video, he says, the funny thing is that when you're on a patrol, when you get to take a knee, you're so happy and you have so much weight on your back and you've been hiking for hours and you've got to hike for more hours. So whenever you get a hand and arm signal that says, hey, you can take a knee. So you're happy. You're so happy. Now going into the prone where you're lying flat on the ground. I mean, it was just rambly. So eventually he's equating actually being in a combat zone with being in the culture war. But from what I've seen, it's just like endless strife. Like I said, it's like one Marine company and enemy company just decided to continually fight over the same hill since 1950. It has no strategic value. There's like a little, there's a farm down there and the guy's just like, yeah, they've just been fighting over that hill for freaking 71 years. It doesn't really make sense from what I've heard. This was only really important for about a week. The Chinese forces had it, and then the Marines took it from them, and then the Marines left. The Chinese took it, but then they're like, nobody's here. Why are we here? They left, and then we just, it the problem is the culture war isn't won. I hate the term culture war. To me, the culture war is never ending and it has always been happening, right? The culture war is nothing more than the changing of pop culture and people that don't want pop culture to change being resistant. Now, granted, there's very little long-term gain to be had in being some sort of warrior for the cause. But that's not how our lives go, right? We all pick and we choose what we watch. We pick and we choose what we buy and listen to. And that every time we do that, we are fighting the culture war. You can't nope out of it. There's no noping out. But now we've got Zach in his oh so weird rambly word salad way saying that it's not worth engaging in at all. But then his next video, he's engaging in culture war, going after the social justice warrior creators of the mainstream. I don't know. I figure he's just not really sure anymore what he wants to be doing.
Yeah, I think I guess here's Twitless's take on it. I think it's important to ask ourselves what it means when a man who has been shot at in real wars is worn down by culture wars. And to which, I mean, I gotta say, fuck you, Twitless. God damn. Jesus.
I think
I'm joking.
I think the problem is people sit there and they focus so much on it, right? And maybe that's what he's trying to say in his weird Zach way, is he's not going to focus on it in the same way. But I don't tend to focus on the culture war. I just don't go see a movie that I don't like, or I don't buy a book that I don't think will appeal to me.
Yeah.
I go and I purchase the stuff that I think will. But pop culture is ever changing. And we can't stop it. We can only hope to nudge it. And it goes in cycles, just like politics. It goes through more conservative, liberal, blah, blah, blah. Things tighten up, things loosen up. It's cyclical. Maybe I've just been around too long and I see it differently. But I know if I stop seeing, if I decide that somebody's too much of an SJW and I'm never going to see their movies again, or I don't agree with somebody's politics, I'm never going to be able to enjoy entertainment. There are plenty of people in even confiscate, whose politics I don't agree with. But I might, if they had a decent book, and I knew I wasn't going to have to wait a year and a half, I would back it.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, point is, your boy Zach is
Losing his mind.
losing his goddamn mind. That's okay.
Yeah.
Unless you backed, one of his books and
Unless you back the Expendables and then
or
you're still
499.
waiting. Oof.
I mean, this goes back to what we talked about earlier. Maybe just be smarter with who you back. And I think we're going to leave it on that. So just a quick recap. People, asking for doxes. Probably shouldn't be. You got Testify sharing the dox of a 14-year-old. And your boy Zach is cucking to the mainstream.
Definitely. Oh, and there's a lot of money tied up in.
Oh Jesus! Shut up with the numbers already! Fucking Christ!
God,
the music was cool, Vicky.
Love
but that was
those
it.
numbers. I like digging into them. It was interesting what I found out.
Oh, you keep saying that. It was interesting. No, it wasn't.
It was.
All right. Bye, guys. I think that's
We'll see you guys next week.
yeah. Let's play us out with some cool music.
Really quick though, we will be doing we'll be doing this on Mondays now instead of Sunday nights.
Let's get pumped, guys.
That's good.
I took away the terribleness of the numbers. Now it's
Hey, I worked hard on that video.
Shut up, Vicky, you're ruining the song. I'm sorry, I'm joking.
I know.
Don't you guys just want to do a bunch of coke? Maybe some Molly?
Nah, smokable, have a beer.
I'm just calling to say I